In this short video, I'm going to be talking about the consciousness model. Now, I have shared some of this before on my socials, but I want to run through it again for those who've missed that piece of content. And there's some updates I made basically to the consciousness model. So the stage one is the awareness of self. So this is the awareness of our beliefs, our feelings, our thoughts, our values, our passions, our interests, our strengths, our skills, our gifts, our talents. The list goes on. So it's the awareness of self. It's becoming aware of what all these things are for us so that we can show up in the world in a more purposeful way. Stage two is relational consciousness. Think of this as our environment. So think of the people around you, think how you are showing up in your environments, how the people in your environments are showing up, and the dynamics that has in that environment. And so with relational consciousness, you're becoming aware to that environment, the relationship dynamics in that environment and how that contributes to how you feel and obviously to all the people in that environment as well. Stage three is social consciousness. So social consciousness is expanding on relational consciousness, but now we're going, if you like, outside of that immediate environment into your community, whether that's a geographical community, a physical community, or communities you're a part of online. It's becoming aware on, okay, so these are all of the environments that I'm in. These are the communities I'm a part of. How am I showing up in these communities? And the people in these communities, how are they showing up, and the, again, effect that has on each other. Stage four is world consciousness. It's our relationship with the world as a whole and how we are showing up in the world. So this is where some people might switch off because they show up in the world in a way where they're in their own life and they believe and they, I guess, don't consciously recognize that the energy that maybe they're bringing to their work, how is that having an effect on the world as a whole? And they don't see that it does. It does, right? Because the effects that we have on our immediate environment affects our social environments, and all of the social environments are therefore interconnected. So it's going to affect pretty much everything. There's a law that I really love. I don't think gets spoke about as much as like laws of attraction or other universal principles, and it's the law of cause and effect, that every cause has an effect, right? So if I show up in an environment in a certain way, that's going to have an effect, and it's the same here with world consciousness, but on a much bigger, larger scale. And the fifth stage is higher consciousness. So this is where we dive into the principles and the understandings of everything being interconnected and how we are part of something bigger than ourselves. So 5 stages of the consciousness model. We have awareness of self, relational consciousness, social consciousness, world consciousness, higher consciousness. Hope you enjoyed this video.